Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea. Welcome to a best of 5 played between in the bottom right, spawning as the red Protoss player. It's going to be a PartinG. And in the bottom left, spawning as the blue Terran, it's going to be Dream. Both of these guys share something, and that is that neither of them managed to make it to the seasonal finals of the DreamHack Masters Winter. They both managed to get round of 8 in the GSL and then lost their play-in match. PartinG actually forfeited his match because he had a family event, I believe, on the Korean Thanksgiving called Chuseok. And Dream lost to Dark 3-1 on that same day. So both players not managing to qualify for the seasonal finals. Still, getting a top 8 in a GSL is rather impressive, and it shows that both of these guys are in very good shape at the moment. So curious to see what this best of 5 is going to bring us. We actually see a low ground wall here coming out of PartinG. That's interesting, and it's interesting because for a long time almost everyone was walling off this area. Then Terran started sending tanks here, and Tosses were like, wait, well, I don't actually want that anymore. So they started walling over here, and now we see a frontal wall. This is intended to get an adept to the other side of the map a little bit faster, and also in case you're playing against follow-up Hellion aggression, it's really nice to already have a little wall in your natural. And as Reapers have become less and less common recently in the current meta, I'm completely down with it. Of course, the main disadvantage is that if your opponent proxies a Reaper over here, your adept is going to be so late that you probably just straight up lose the game. You're going to lose 3-4 workers. There's no buildings you can hide behind because there's no semi-wall off. And it's just way too hard for you to deal with that. Even if you have perfect probe micro, you're just going to lose 3 to 4 workers. And that basically should be game over at the highest level if you lose 3 to 4 workers to that first Reaper. But luckily that's not the case here, as Dream just opened up with a barracks at home. And then went into a marine reactor, and we see a second Rex on the way as well. So this is most likely going to be a 3 Rex. 2 Rex builds, not very common in PvT. Terran versus Protoss. Well, TVP, PvT, whatever you want to call it. Most of the time we see that 3 Rex. Also, it would have had a faster second gas already if there wouldn't have been a third gas. You get it, I believe, just after the second barracks, but I could be mistaken there. Yeah, definitely. Definitely after the second barracks. Oh, look at this. 3 Marines fight an Adept. That's a fight the Adept can't win. However, the Adept can hit one shot and then run away without taking hull damage. And if you repeat that, rinse and repeat that 3-4 times, then perhaps you might be able to pick off a Marine or a second Marine. Second Adept also shows up, and we see the follow-up here is going to be Stargate for PartinG. Needs to be careful though with these Adepts, and once again gets 1 hit off. And now 2 of these Marines are actually in the orange, which means that they can get 1 volleyed by these Adepts. Sloppy control out of PartinG though, who might just lose one of these Adepts. Yes, is gonna lose one. Traded it in for a Marine and an SCV. Did manage to damage 2 other SCVs, and both of these are actually one-shottable right now by an Oracle. This SCV only has 20 HP remaining. I'm not even sure how that happens. Maybe a probe hit it and then an Adept hit it. Oh, the Stargate was proxied. I didn't even notice that. My apologies. We also see a robotics facility here, so PartinG somehow caught wind of the fact that there is going to be that triple Rex play coming in from Dream. I wonder if he's straight away going to be going in with this Oracle, or if he wants to save it for a little bit. It seems like he's just going to be going in immediately. I don't think he should be capable of doing too much here, no? Oh, PartinG, you're stuck. No? Are you? No, he's gonna get out. For a second I thought he was stuck, and I think PartinG also believed he was stuck. I might have taken my hands off the keyboard, but PartinG a little bit more cool-headed than I am. And manages to get that Oracle out of there. The follow-up is going to be a single Phoenix. We see a bunch of Marines moving across the map. When does this stim finish? It's like 450. It's pretty late stim, honestly. It's gonna be 504-ish. 505. That's like a solid 15 seconds later than you see a lot of these builds have. There is a bunch of Marines. This is your standard. I really do believe this stim is a bit delayed for no real reason. This was a no scout as well, so that is kind of surprising. Usually stim and combat shield really do finish around 452, 453, the latest. There's no third base here right now. This Oracle is dishing out a crap ton of damage. There is a lot of units here. This should be absolutely no issue for PartinG whatsoever. No! Well, not the greatest force fields. Now he's gonna lose, well, probably everything actually. There's just not enough units. No, my god. Says some words. I don't know what they mean, but I'll translate them and tell you all about it. He loses the game. Extremely unfortunate here for PartinG. Ay, 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 ay. Loses game number 1 after missing one of his force fields. After asking the question to the only friend that I have, Mr. Google, it means something along the lines of, this is not. And then afterwards he typed GG, so maybe he meant to say, this is not GG. But maybe the translation wasn't perfect and it's in type of slang. I also have some requests sent out for translation by people who speak Korean. So hopefully by the start of next game they will have answered. And otherwise, this is not GG is what we'll have to live with as the translation. We see PartinG with a really fast scout, by the way. I was gonna mention that this looked odd. But then I thought, well, it is PartinG and PartinG does odd things, you know, that's kind of his MO. So I didn't want to mention it yet. Now we see a second pylon, so this is going to be what is basically known as the max packs. PartinG bringing back an old school build. This build has kind of fallen out of favor. Couple of reasons. A lot of Terrans have started with going either double gas or full walling while playing eBay block, and the max packs just isn't very good against that. You don't have any units at home. Your nexus will be delayed, and you will not be able to achieve anything. As well as your opponent having a free scout, basically. I think he saw that. I think he might have seen that. I could be wrong, though. But this is all not the case here, as Dream is just opening up once again with a 1 barracks into expand, single gas. Now, he is going to scout just before he wants to throw down his CC. So we're going to check his response immediately. Look at this, look at this. He's microing. He sees no nexus on the minimap right now. He sees no nexus on the minimap. He's like, hey, wait a second. Do I build a CC? No. I build on the high ground. Needs to immediately place that barracks somewhere else. Oh, this is beautiful. This is extremely well done. Depot going down. Could also build a factory in the wall, by the way. No, actually, you need a depot anyway, so why not build a depot? There we go with the depot. Question mark out of Dream. Parting with the double dots. We can all understand this. I will need to put this into Google Translate. I hope, at least. Bit of a supply. No, PartinG. Don't do this to me, my friend. Oh, no. Stuck in the dark. The ignorant Dutchie, only speaking Dutch, English, a little bit of German. Didn't teach me any Korean in school, guys. Oh no. I'm clueless. They didn't prepare me very well for a career in StarCraft 2. I have to send an email to my high school. In the form of a complaint. I owe this complaint form. Oh no. Extremely painful. Well, what's also extremely painful is that PartinG is not going to be capable of doing anything here, except lick his wounds. And that's not a very nice thing to do usually, or doesn't feel great. We're going to be seeing the orbital already starting right now. Factory is done. PartinG got a zealot out, and usually you get 2 zealots, by the way. He only built 1 zealot this time around because he knew it was going to fail or fall flat on its face. You see that second Stalker. Stargate was... That Stargate just got scouted, didn't it? Yeah, this is... Look at this SCV. Yeah, he's having the tour of a lifetime. You know, you sometimes have these people that do a tour of Europe in like 12 days. Oh, PartinG, you gotta quit it. This SCV has gotten a tour of PartinG's base in 2 minutes. And then he got to go back again and said, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Can't read it, guys. Can't read it. Well... The last time I'm casting any Korean replays. It's unbelievable. Having entire conversations right in front of my nose. It's always very awkward when you don't speak a language somewhere. And other people, they'll look at you every now and then, you know, with a little bit of pity, like, you still can't understand us. And then just continue in the language that you can't understand. I absolutely hated that. I lived in Korea and Taiwan for a bit. And when I was in Taiwan, there was no one who spoke English except one guy. But he only was there 2 days in the week. And the rest of the days he had to go to school. It was awful. And everyone's just sitting around talking and they'd look at you with a little bit of pity as everyone's eating dinner together. And, you know, they maybe nod at you or whatever, and then back to their food and their joyful conversation. I'm pretending like I'm enjoying the conversation as well. Ah, golden times. All right. Enough about my mediocre past. Let me tell you all about what's going to happen here. So PartinG is going to try to pick up this Cyclone and then kill it. And it's going to succeed. Needs to focus down the Cyclone though immediately. This is a sick thing here by Part. This is going to work. This is actually... Oh! It's around! The SCVs killed 2 Stalkers. If that hadn't happened, I think the game might have just ended. Or at least would have been heavily in PartinG's favor. Because now he doesn't have enough Stalkers to one-shot anymore. The bunker is going to finish. I think he should walk past still, right? Yeah, he should walk past. Oh, look at the control on these SCVs. This is beautiful play, honestly, here out of Dream. Dream... honestly, this should have been game, I think. I think PartinG should have won here. But Dream microed these SCVs. So... He lifted a mule that had like 3 HP or 3 seconds remaining. Very unfortunate, as he doesn't have too much energy right now. That is quite unfortunate. Third base is going down. Stim is on the way. And now we have, in this game, what I'd like to call asymmetrical... an asymmetrical even game. So the eco is ahead for PartinG, but the tech... or well, the upgrades mainly are going to be way ahead for Dream. So Dream's going to get his stim and his combat shield, and he's going to actually have a really nasty timing in which there's nothing for PartinG. Absolutely nothing. He's gonna have, well, nothing. Like nothing of value at least. It's gonna be what, Immortal maybe? He could get an Immortal. Oh, he's getting Twilight and Robo. I think PartinG is overestimating the amount of time he currently has. He doesn't have a whole lot of time. He doesn't have a whole lot of time. Ay. Yeah, this is... he needs to get as many units as possible. I would love to see more Stargate units being produced. This Immortal is a perfect call. We're gonna need to see batteries. Okay, now PartinG is not underestimating this at all. PartinG just wants to prepare for the future while still being safe in the present. He's absolutely brilliant, this guy is. Now... we see that the supplies are pretty equal, and Dream is going up to 5 Rex before triple CC. So Dream feels the need to attack here and deal a crap ton of damage. Otherwise you don't go for 5 Rex. Either you're so far ahead that you can't lose anymore, or you're pretty far behind and you just want to get some extra units to surprise your opponent. It's going to be 5 Rex with tanks. Now, the reason why I say that with such sadness in my voice, excuse me, is because... it means that this push is going to be a frontal push. It's going to go over here. The nice thing if you're playing mines is that you can perhaps go for a drop at some point into the main base. Like you can kind of parade push towards this area. You threaten the natural, you threaten the third, and bam! You drop into the main base, drop at the ramp, and then you start flaming your opponent in Korean. Like these are the type of things that you can do if you have mines. But Dream is going for a very straightforward push. This needs to kill, or at least kill the third base. And I am not quite sure if he can do it. Is there thermal yet? No, there's no thermal. Thermal is about 60-ish seconds away from finishing. Now, ideally, PartinG would be on the map here and kind of fight around this ramp. He has a bunch of force fields. If he allows his opponent to set up, there actually is a play here. Okay, yeah, he's gonna allow his opponent to set up. He should get a forward base. Now this sounds dumb. Oh, there's no way he attacks this, right? He's actually gonna go for the rocks. Okay, then the forward base is useless. Very often though, if they attack this area and they siege up with tank lip, and you just kind of give up that base, and then you take this as a fort, which is then going to be your third, you can just transfer the probes over. Your opponent's still on 2 base, on 5 Rex, no third on the way. But because Dream is going through the middle, this is not an option. Without thermal lens, this fight is so hard. This fight is so hard. He should have been further forward. He really should have fought around that ramp, I think. I really do believe that. Now we get a decent start of the fight here. 3 tanks in the back though. Liberator zoning out big parts of the army as well. You can barely see the white lines on this map. The sand is too white, too beautiful, too pretty. But I don't think PartinG is paying attention to that right now, as one tank is moving forward onto the low ground. The other 2 will also start moving onto the low ground. This is the time for PartinG to bounce. Lifts 3 of the tanks. An extra tank shows up. I think PartinG might just have held this. 3 Colossi still alive. Immortal still alive as well. The ground army is almost non-existent. These Colossi could perhaps do with a split. Oh my god. Single Marauder actually dishing out a crap ton of damage. 5 Phoenixes still alive. 4 Phoenix still alive. 3 Phoenixes. 2 Phoenixes still alive. And 1 Lip still here as well. Supply looks really close. There's a bunch of money in the bank here for PartinG, who's struggling to spend it. Just simply does not have the gateways. I wouldn't mind seeing a Void Ray at this point, rather than Phoenixes. Void Rays actually do something in this army. And that sounds stupid, but Colossi will completely destroy anything on the ground. And then all there's left really for Anti-Air is these Vikings. And Void Rays are pretty decent against that. Phoenixes in low numbers just don't really do anything whatsoever. Ah, no, you shouldn't have shown it. Shouldn't have shown it. Now the Vikings are going to show up. Yeah, obviously. There's still a battery. Double Stalker Warpin will be useful as well. Perhaps he can get one of these Vikings. PartinG needs to be so careful. Ideally, he'd get behind. No, he's going to jump. He's going to... Nah, you can't. You can't. This is not a fight. Oh, this is not a fight you can take. Absolutely not. Not into 2 tanks, not into a Liberator, not with the amount of units that he had. It is simply not possible. He should have gone behind with the Zealots, try to cut off some reinforcements. Difficult decision to make though, because the moment he does that, Dream starts pushing forward into one of the 2 bases, most likely into the 3rd base. Dream still pushing forward, PartinG once again trying to break, but I don't think this is quite possible. There is simply too much zoning ability here for Dream, and Dream pulls ahead in supply, and he's, well, tripling the army supplies of his opponent at this point. And I think PartinG might just be that. This bunker actually saving those Marines. Dream does need to be careful that he doesn't become too enthusiastic with those units. He doesn't actually have that much bio. He has a crap ton of tanks, but really not that many Marines and Marauders. And we're seeing an Immortal here being chronoed out right now. As well as +2 starting. PartinG has plans for the future. It's like the guy on his deathbed that starts planning his next holiday. The doctor is just looking at him in disbelief, like, no way, buddy. You're not even going to make the night. Uh-oh. And I don't think PartinG is going to make the night either. The boys show up, but they are mainly here for the after party, as these Stalkers will get taken out. And GG gets called. This one I do understand. That just means GG. And Dream takes game and number 2 as well. We'll be heading into the 3rd game in this best of 5. Alright, I got confirmation out of a Korean speaker who said, but this isn't right, or it doesn't make sense. One of these translations should be the correct one according to him. The translator, Ricky Rickard, sort of Mechanics Bergman. Very strong Zerg player from Sweden. Also very good at Korean. I have a Korean girlfriend. I could have asked her. Well, too late now. I already know the answer. Sometimes the answer to all your problems is really simple. I forgot to translate everything they said in the last game, but I doubt it was interesting. Probably we're just flaming each other. This is a lot more... Wait, what is this? Is this Proxy gates? Is this 2-gate forge? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No, it's not. I've never seen this actually in my entire life against Terran. Like, this is just not a build. I've never seen this. I don't know how this plays out. We see a scout. Scout is going to miss these gateways, right? If he scouts these gateways, I'm actually gonna lose it. Yeah, okay, won't see that. Is this a fake max specs into a real Stalker pressure? Scout is too late. Scout is going to be too late. Look at this. Scout is too late. He can throw down the CC before he sees it. But he's waiting. He's waiting. And now he goes upstairs. Perfect. Absolutely beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. That is how it's supposed to be. Now this looks like it has space on 2 sides, which means a 3x3 building over here and a 2x2 building over here for a full wall. He doesn't have money for a 3x3 building though. He doesn't have money for a 3x3 building. This is... He's not going to be able to wall. The Zealots are in. Slash. Slash, you idiot. There we go, Zealot. Alright. This... Good. The first Zealot just dies. There's now 3 Marines. This was the absolute best scenario that PartinG could have had. I think he just lost the game. If this is your best case, I don't want to see your worst case. This was not good. He's gonna try to get... You won't get the bunker. I don't know what this means. I feel like he's insulting him, though. I just get a vibe. He was typing in all caps. GG. That's actually gonna be it. The best of 5. I forgot to put the score as well. The game got so intense so fast, but it's 3-0. If you couldn't count. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Weird series. Weird games. But yeah, I'll see you all next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.